Welcome into Locked On Seminoles Live. Going to do a little bit of a show here as Florida State finishes up against Cal, just over a quarter left in the game. Not the prettiest game offensively, but you do have to like Florida State's defense. You do have to like the effort. There have been some moments passing the football where it's been good. And unfortunately, there have been some moments that just make you scratch your head, like the third quarter. As I just looked at the stats before I started this live show, Florida State, right at the end here of the third quarter, they are -3 yards passing. That's hard to do. They started out pretty good, got an early lead, but they haven't adjusted, and it is blatant that DJ Uiagalelei is not trusted, especially after he made the horrible read in the red zone and threw a pick. Didn't read the robber that came down into the middle of the field, who read the eyes, because he's staring late down the middle at his target. The absolute unequivocal cardinal sin of every quarterback that's taught from like sixth grade football on: don't stare at your guy, wait down the middle, and then throw it, which he did. But that's Florida State football 2024. They just give it and then they take it back away. So we'll see if Florida State can win out. I'm going to watch the game and talk about it. Please comment in the chat. I'll get to some of the things we got going on here. I did want to share one right off the bat that Garrett talked about. This is something interesting from late in the second quarter. Garrett says, we need to talk about how bad Mike has been historically with his fourth down calls. Now, this is not something I personally studied per se, but he is a guy that kind of does his own metrics, if you will, in taking chances, whether it's go for it, kick, field goal, punt, etc. They might have the nation's best field goal kicker. You can make that argument. So Garrett says, we can't be leaving points on the board. I'm not really going to argue with that. Cubs 0209, we need answers as to why Mike has refused to put Fitz out there. I'm not disagreeing. That's an unfortunate thing that he hasn't done that yet, but it is what it is. Again, I'm just going to comment here as the game unfolds. Florida State certainly needs to get going. Just need that one drive that would solidify things. As I watch now, there's just over 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Florida State is, shall we say, struggling offensively. Third quarter, there's just no nice way to say it. Third quarter offense has been atrocious. They've got 2 3-and-outs. I mean, they got 12 yards, 15 yards rushing, -3 passing. Cal just kept sinking closer and closer and closer to the line of scrimmage at the snap of the football, not trusting that Florida State would try to throw the ball down the field in the right. And it's caused a lot of problems for the Noles because the run game's been a little less consistent because of that. Give credit to Cal's staff. They've done a nice job. But Florida State needs to find that big play. Could be a defensive play or a special teams play. Mastromano, by the way, had a great punt a little bit ago. I'm curious to see if they can just get one play, though. Like I've said this several times this year, as a whole, not special teams, but the offense and the defense, both units have been quote unquote non-clutch this year. But the defense, especially today, the pass rush has been good. Looks like Jackson's getting helped off the field here as I talk. And honestly, they just don't have the ability to find that one special play for whatever reason. And it's a big problem because there just aren't enough guys making that one special play on a third down or whatever. And I knew Mendoza would be a problem. He's a very accurate quarterback. Doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, but they did pick him off. Nice play by a young defensive back. That's great, but they need to get over the hump. They still have 7 points, man. And Cal right now, as I'm watching, is at the 38-yard line, 2nd and 8. Play action, going deep. Mendoza outside the nice coverage again. Florida State's corners played good. They keep going after Jones, but they ain't having much success with him. Q is a pretty talented player. That might be the best evaluation that Florida State's done as a staff since Norvell has been in Tallahassee. I don't think he had another Division I offer, but he ends up at Florida State. That's wild, and he's playing early. Good for him. This kid out of, I believe, the Meridian, Mississippi area, but he's a Mississippi kid. All right, 3rd down and 8 for Cal. You're looking at Mendoza here. Looks one direction, screen, and it just gets obliterated. But then a terrible missed tackle. Finally, a big hit by a Florida State player gets them out of bounds, but it's a manageable fourth down. Will they go for it? Kicker's 2 for 3. We'll see. But you can't miss tackles like that. Tried to swing the guy down instead of tackling through him. That's not going to get it done. While I'm in here, I'll check the chat in between plays. I'll probably miss a few here. I apologize if I do. Cubs, they don't respect DJ, so there's nothing they can do. They can't run the ball with a stacked box, and DJ can't hit anything. 100%. 100%. Richard, what's going on, Mr. Richard Brookings? I do not understand why Norvell continues to take field goals when we I don't know. Not take the field goals when Pitts is a weapon, bro. He is a weapon. He has got a leg and a half. We could be 4 points ahead now. That's 100%. And then finally, Vashon, we should have 21 points. Yeah, they're not very good in the red zone, in the, shall we say, any zone that is clutch. Again, they got to prove it. Had one good drive early, not taking that away, but that's not good. We got a player down for the Bears. I don't know, but it does not look good. They got the card out. That's awful. Hate to see that. Let's see if I can find out who it is. 71 for the Bears. Probably he's going to get rolled up if I was to guess. Somebody landed on his leg and he took kind of an awkward shot to his chest, shoulder area too. I'm not sure where he's hurt. I think he got stunned with the upper body more than he did the lower body. That's not good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I want to go over a few stats, and good luck to that young man. I hope he's not hurt. But I want to go over a few stats. There is something very positive to talk about. Finally, I track first down runs, as I talk about all the time on Locked On Suburbs. All the time. First quarter, first down runs. LT for 4, Ja'Kai for 15, LT for 4, LT for 7, LT for 5. And then Sam Singleton got a run. He got 1 yard. Second quarter, LT 2, 2, 5, 2, 1. Second quarter, Kyle decided, like, look, if you're going to do something against us offensively, we're going to shrink the field. We're going to shrink it. And to be honest, Florida State's had no answer since. Third quarter, it's just gotten worse. Like, they just got annihilated on their first 2 drives at 3 and outs. They look bad. If they cannot trust DJ to throw the ball in the middle of the field, and I don't think they trust him, nor that I really blame him, I'm not sure they're going to score again. That's my concern. So this field goal kicker for Cal is important. And the points that Cubs 0209 have made, and other people in the chat, there's multiple, got to take the points. He's going to get, I mean, Norvell's under a lot of heat right now for the quarterback thing, and we'll get into that later in the show, I'm sure. Oh, I know we will. But as goofy as it sounds, your best offensive weapon is Pitts. That guy's got a cannon, and he's accurate. He's an NFL-level player on your roster. Probably should have utilized it a little bit earlier. So just throwing that out there. Y'all can take it any way you want to take it. But speaking of the quarterback dilemma, just play Luke, shaking my head. That Prussian Doge. I don't know, man. It's somebody's got to play besides DJ. This is no nice way to say it. I know it's just over and over, but DJ's not it, man. He's just not it. Richard Brookings says, Mike keeps it up and he's going to lose the fan base. 100%. He's very much on that edge as we speak. Just let me know. LT run. Yeah. LT's played pretty well tonight. I'll give him credit. John Simcox. Norvell already lost me. That's rough, but I get it, bro. He's same here with Prussian. He says same thing. His play calling is I'm not going to repeat what he said, but it's bad. The Knowles offense is very offensive. That's from Jim Ike. 100% true. Man, it's so bad. It is so bad. While I got a chance here, I'm gonna go to a quick break, and I'll get back into the chat. But yeah, I hope the young man is able to get back to playing and everything's okay. But I'm not sure what the situation is. We'll be right back here as the fourth quarter gets ready to kick off between Florida State and Cal. You've heard us talk about FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. We all have something a little different for you now. Through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get 3 weeks free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with YouTube TV's base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel at any time. Just visit FanDuel.com, download America's #1 sportsbook. Yeah, this offense is not much fun. Norvell simply is not an elite coach. That's from Robert Cintron. And Robert, you are 100% right. Right now, he seems like he's a high school coach compared to some other guys, but it's just so bizarre based on what happened last year. Have to give you props, Peyton. He's having a good game. MJJ, on the other hand, yeah. Marvin, like, he's a little more inconsistent, but Patrick, pretty darn good player. Pretty good darn player. Yeah, the cart and the whole nine. This doesn't look good. I feel so bad for football players when this happens. I've been to a few games this year where it's just like there's no way to ever react to that in a positive nature. There just isn't. Anyway, back to a few stats from the game. This is something. Third quarter summary here. You cannot make this stuff up. This is only for the third quarter. Cal, total yards 114, Knowles 12. Rushing attempts and average. 9 carries for the Bears, 3.4 yards per tote. 4 carries for the Knowles, 3.8. Rushing yards 31-15. But this is where it gets crazy. Cal, 7-15 passing. So Florida State's defense has been pretty good. I mean, Mendoza's really accurate. But they got 83 yards. Florida State, on the other hand, 0 for 2, no yards. In the positive direction, but there's a -3. The reason is they count against you for like negative plays like sacks, etc. -3. It's just unbelievable. So passing yards is 83 for Cal, Florida State -3. They have 7 first downs passing, Cal does, and neither team has a rushing first down, and Florida State doesn't have a first down in the third quarter. But here's the deal. In the first quarter, Florida State was humming. Up 7-0. They had 124 yards. Cal had 37. It was like Florida State was going to kill them. Rushing yards and attempts and all that. Cal had 6 carries for no yards. Florida State had 12 carries for 66. They were annihilating Cal. Oh, and by the way, Cal just kicked a 51-yard field goal for those of you that walked away maybe listening to this. So now they are up in this football game. This is very, very concerning. Look, there's no way around this. Florida State is in a bad spot here unless they can figure out a way to get the ball in the middle of the field or get a bust coverage or something. This is not going to end well. It's just not going to end well. You can't be in a situation where your quarterback is literally this atrocious in clutch moments. Like they're to the end of the third quarter almost. They don't have a passing yard, positively. How is that possible at Florida State? It's just unbelievable, man. Let's see. Here's another one talking about the 4th downs and using the field goal kicker, etc. We went for 4th and 7. Keep that in mind. That's also true. Persian, you bring that up very astutely. Aaron Elliott, not sure taking a pay for popularity deal with the ACC if you're going to turn out so great if they keep playing like this. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, man. If we lose to Cal, bro, this is from Persian. Yeah, it's not a good sign, bro. It's not a good sign. Surfer RC, why no deep passes? Nothing. Send the guys that run 10-600 meters, see what happens. I think they're worried about A, DJ's ability to make the right read. It's not been very good this year. And B, pass protection. Cal's pretty good with their ability to mix it up, do a good job with what they've got going on in their secondary, mixing guys coming. They've done a nice job defensively. I'll give them credit with that. But you got to at least run a dig route or something. And oh, by the way, the drop by Morlock was huge. That was not DJ's fault. That was a money shot. And my apologies for not bringing up. Morlock has just not been good this year. He's allegedly your best tight end, but he's had the dropsies. And Florida State has not done well when DJ has put some money balls out there. You got to catch that. It was a second down play or something across the middle. It was well set up. It was all play action. They just run the ball, and that's killer. So that's killer. For those of you that are curious, Miami's struggling with South Florida, 22-15. They can't run the ball at all. That's very bizarre. All right, Florida State 1st and 10. At least on mine. I got a really slow connection. I know I'm behind everybody. DJ goes deep, and he misses the guy. It's almost impossible to do, but he out-threw Benson. I like the throw. I like the play call, everything. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I don't have a problem with this. Play action, deep shot, split to safety, and Benson smoked his guy. That guy can fly. DJ still overthrew him. That is hard to believe. Benson's one of the fastest guys in college football. So I like the play call. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to write out this drive, and then I'll get back into the chat if Florida State scores or they punt, whatever it may be. Handoff. So Feely gets a nice 4 yards. All right, at least you're in a somewhat managed. Flags on the field. Florida State cannot afford to go backwards again. I don't know I have no idea what the play caused here. Florida State is in a really, really tough spot. They cannot go 3 out again. The defense is going to be gassed. They must get a first down here. Plus, that would mean the entire quarter you didn't get a first down. Personal foul against Florida State. Are you freaking kidding me? So instead of 3rd and 6, it's 3rd and 21. Look, I'm hard on DJ, but there are no play calls for 3rd and 21. You're going to see a screen, a draw, or a run because, no offense, Florida State's coaches do not have any, and I mean any. Whoa, what are you doing? Stupid play, offensive lineman, late hit. That's just idiotic. Idiotic. They've got 3rd and 18. Oh, it's because it was goal line. Oh, what a throw. All right. You got to give credit there. Absolute money ball to DJ, throwing it to Ja'Kai Douglas on a crosser. He couldn't have thrown that any better. Straight up, that's a money ball. I like to eat crow once in a while, and that's one I'll gladly eat. That's a beautiful pass. DJ keeping it on the RPO, and he is annihilated. Okay. I do want to see. I'm getting the replay on mine right now. What a throw. Holy moly. He had some zip on that bad boy. But again, they're still struggling with the ability to be consistent. They lose 2 yards on the next play. So anyway. Let's see here. End of the 3rd quarter. All right, I want to jump back into the chat. Try to get a few more. I know. Let's see. Post of the day, Vashon. DJ moves like he's in zero gravity. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. He is not a mobile young man. He's just not. That is hilarious, bro. That is funny. Goodness gracious. Oh. Maybe this is funny, folks, too. This is from Prusian. I'd rather be an Iowa fan. Are you sure about that? Garrett, frustration penalty. Yeah, that was on that 15-yarder. That was bad, bro. It is what it is. All right. So now I want to give a few third quarter stats because they're in total now. So for the quarter, let's see here. 42 yards for the Noles, 114 for Cal. They obviously take the lead on the field goal. They're up 9-7 at the end of 3. 11 carries for 24 yards for Cal. Florida State, 7 carries for 15 yards. Like I said, they were creeping up in the second quarter. Third quarter, they're like, prove it. Prove it. Florida State went out and did what they had to do. They threw a deep shot. It would have been a touchdown if it had connected. It was a pretty good pass, but just didn't quite get it. That penalty was really hard on them, but they did get a first down out of it. It's a weird stat. But here's another one that's key. Not normally in today's football, but this game it is. Third quarter, Cal had the ball 10:08. Florida State just 4:52. The defense for Cal is going to be far more rested than the Noles for this final quarter, and that's a big factor. So I'm not sure Florida State is going to win by grinding out a drive. They need a strip sack fumble, a pick, a block punt, a punt return, or just a guy like Tofilia to break 2 tackles, go 50 yards. I just don't see them going like 8, 10, 12 yards or 12 plays to score. I've been wrong a million times. Maybe this will be the next one, but right now, why would anybody be that faithful in what is going on with Florida State's offense? It's just really bad. So we'll see here. Let's see. DJ got cement in his cleats. That's from Prussian. Man, he's slow to watch. There's no doubt. It is hard to watch because you see some of these athletes coming off the edge after him, and you're just like, really? Are you sure about that? It's pretty bad. Oh, wow. Jim Ike. Biden could outrun DJ. I don't know if that's true, but that's funny. That is funny. Very funny. I will give you credit for that. What else we got here? Cubs. DJ could run at Oregon State. Why is he so slow now? He was slow last year, too. It means more to you because he's at Florida State. That's the answer to that. Make Span the quarterback, run the wishbone or the veer. It's terrible. I told y'all Mike will never bench DJ. Well, he's about to get hammered at the press conference. He doesn't give a you know what about the future or winning. Well, I don't know if that's true, DR, but it's not looking real good either. DJ screen pass, hits Hakeem, 2nd and 11, so at least get a few yards. They got a manageable situation. Not really, but it's better than 3rd and 11. It's 3rd and 8. Florida State desperately needs a first down. They must keep the defense off the field here. If not, it's going to be very, very rough. When this play is over, it'll be down to about 14 minutes remaining in the contest. Florida State definitely needs first down. Trips right. One running back in the backfield. I believe that's Cam. Or maybe it's nuts. Thinking maybe it's Tofilia. But either way, Florida State trips right there, going to the strong side of the formation, most likely. DJ, plenty of time to throw. Nice pass. Really close on the mark. Yard short to Jakai. Nice throw. 4th down and short. I'd go. Normally, I'm a pretty conservative guy with this kind of stuff, but if you can't get a yard, then it's just not going to matter, man. I'm curious what all of y'all think because Florida State's going for it. The ball is almost on the 50. They got to get to like the 49 and like the 9/10. It's almost there. DJ, yep, he gets the first down. I knew he was going to get a few of these this year, just using his size. Quarterback sneak, first down Noles. Will they take another shot here? Curious, for those of you in the chat, do you think Florida State should take another shot? Because again, I don't think Florida State's going to sustain a lot of drives. the way that Cal is sitting on routes, I'm worried about a pick six, to be really honest with you. They are not respecting the receivers all that much, but we'll see. Running play, well, Cam gets about 4, gets blasted. But they're running the ball better on first down today, like way better than they were, even though Cal knows the Noles are going to run the ball quite a bit. So that's a good sign. I'm curious how much more that's going to happen. If they can just get a couple more big ones, even if they just got one, and it was a touchdown, it'd be huge for Florida State. DR, worst offense in Florida State history. I can't remember a worse one in 20 years. I'm going to let that sit up on the page for a second. It might be. There's another first down for the Noles, run by Cam. He's going to be a heck of a player for Florida State. I knew he'd get in and get some action this year. I didn't even know he was going to be playing this quick. Rodell's out. That doesn't help. Obviously, Topili is your main guy, but they've gotten some bad luck with injuries and whatnot. I try not to talk about them like all the time, but it is what it is. The other player, you just can't lose guys like that. Topil and Rodell, what a 1-2 punch. That's pretty rough. For the night right now, Topili 16 carries for 80 yards. Pretty good. Florida State is way, way ahead of what they've been doing. That's for darn sure. 2nd down and 8 for the Noles at the 36. DJ in shotgun. You got Mr. Brown in motion across the wide side of the field. Play action. Terrible pressure. Cam's my guy, but he whiffed on that pass protection, and DJ ate it. He had to throw it away. That's a good play by DJ. Right there's one of the problems I talked about. Freshmen stink at pass protection. Cam got annihilated on that. No way around. 3rd down and 8. This is an interesting situation. Do you play for the field goal here? Run the ball or do a screen, just try to get 3 to 4 yards, and if they get the first down, it's a bonus, because Fitz is on the edge of his territory right here where it's not just going to be make it. He's going to make it by 10 yards. They might be in his range right now. Another 4 or 5, and I think you got to kick the field goal. DJ drop back. He's going deep. Oh, what a ball. Touchdown, Noles. Is that Chakai? It sure is. Money shot. I'm going to give DJ credit. That's as good a touchdown throw as you're going to see. Absolutely, unequivocally, a dime from DJ Uyunglele to Ja'Kai Douglas. Perfect pass, outside shoulder. Ja'Kai held off his man, stacked him, and then faded towards the outside at the last moment. And that's an NFL play by the quarterback, the pass protection, and the receiver. I haven't said that one other time this year for Florida State. All 3 layers, elite. Got to give him credit. It's ironic we're talking bad about the offense, and then DJ makes that throw. See, that's the kind of stuff that's frustrating. He's never had a problem with the arm talent, ever. But Cal's been not very fearful. Florida State finally makes him pay. That's why I said they needed a big play. I just didn't see him sustaining drives. What a throw. Let's see. Yeah, right here. I was waiting for somebody to say it. Leftover Gaming, great throw. Absolutely. Prusian, dimes. Absolutely. Like, seriously, the throw was great, but did you see how Douglas stacked him, got in front of him, DB had nowhere to go, kept him a little bit away from the sideline, and then faded towards it at the last second? That's an NFL play. That's an NFL play. Tremendous. As somebody that covers sports for a living, when a team struggles this much, and I've never seen one like this that I've covered, you just live for those moments because it's so hard to do anything when a team stinks on offense like this. There's nothing to talk about. So that was huge. I'm just glad defense finally got a break. That's true. Aaron Elliott just said that. And that's right. You needed not only to punch it, you got to get the lead, but the defense needed to be able to suck some wind. All right, let's take a look here just for fun. Where's DJ at in terms of his quarterback progression for this game? He had been ice cold. Second half, he was pretty bad. He had a drop which killed him. Morlock dropped that one, but he had 4 misses, and then he hit 3 in a row, missed one, and then he hits the bomb to Shakai for the 6th. Look, there are so many plays that can change a game, but the momentum and everything, Florida State should be in a much better spot now because Cal can't win with a field goal. They got to score. They got to score. Also, I'm thinking of it statistically here. You could do whatever you want with this, but let's look at the advanced stats for a second. Florida State, this is maybe the best side of the game is the running stat, but it also leads to this. 15 third downs have converted 7. That's almost 50%. That's pretty good. Cal's offense is one of the better third down offenses. In addition to the offense for the Noles being better, they've held them to 4 for 11. You would take that at any time when you're playing a quality quarterback like Fernando Mendoza. If not, what is wrong with you? Mendoza is a pretty good player. And I know he doesn't have elite talent all over the place in terms of speed, but they could move around. Leftover Gaming still isn't a fan of Alex Atkins, as he says. Alex Atkins still needs to go. Okay, well. But Sean says Morlock would have dropped that. He's got the dropsies this year, man. He's in a funk. He straight up is. DR. He's 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 800 yards, 57 completion percentage. That's DJ. Yeah, it's not very good. But the last throw he made was elite. It's just so weird watching DJ, man. Trying to study him, going back and watching film, you see something like that, and you're like, what is going on? DR, 89th in QBR so far this year. That is horrendous. That is horrendous. Let me see here. I don't know if Cal has the firepower, basically like Florida State, to do anything to really scare Florida State deep. They've got a good freshman, but I don't think he's a burner. He's just a good player. We'll see. Mendoza's still throwing some dimes, though. That was a nice pass there. Florida State's defense, you got to give them credit. They have been pretty consistent tonight. I was really worried about the shifts and motions from Cal. I mentioned it several times during shows since the last game. They've handled it well. They've adjusted well. You give the staff credit and give the players credit as well. This is not an easy offense to prepare for. H-backs and tight ends always in motion. You know if they're in zone or man, here comes the motion guys. I watch. Receiver. They have terrible job of containment. Oh, flag down. I think we got ourselves a holding call. Yep, we sure do. They sealed the edge because somebody was held. The running back for Cal, the little sophomore, though, he's pretty quick. Cal's offensive line has not been the answer for them. They're supposed to get a couple guys back, but Cal, here's what Florida State has held Cal to for rushing tonight. You'll take this anytime. 23 carries, 65 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Florida State's not killing it. They're 35 carries for 134 yards and 3.8, but that's a lot better than what Cal's doing. They have over doubled Cal's rushing total. Second down 16 for the Bears. I would say they're in some trouble here unless they can break a tackle or get something to go. Deep ball? Are you kidding me? What a throw. Mendoza's clutch, man. That's that Hunter kid that I told you about, that freshman. Now they want to go hurry up. What a good night. It's not been a great night for quarterbacks, but that was a dime. Fade ball and just put it on the money. Cal runs it right up the middle. This is my concern. Now that they've got a first down, Florida State's a little more on the tired side defensively because they've been out on the field more in the second half. I mean, he beat Shaheem Brown right there. Brown was all over him. That's just, you tip your cap. Quarterback threw it to the only place you could be. Brown was right there, just barely missed it. But Hunter took it away. That sucks for Florida State, but sometimes you just don't get what you want out of it. Let's see. Aaron Elliott, yes. Defensive communication is much improved. I don't think that Florida State could have done it much worse than they did against Memphis, so it was certainly needed. There's a running play for Cal. I think they got the first down. They're going to give it to him or not. This tempo is an interesting decision by Cal. Are they going to try to get the football to Hunter again? He's at the bottom of the screen. Motion man is tight end again. Nice block, seals it. Uh-oh. First down. Florida State's defense looks gassed. I would have liked to be wrong, but right now the defensive front all of a sudden looks tired. Javion Thomas hasn't had a huge game. Ooh. Penalty, I believe that's false start. It is. So instead of a first down just on the edge of the 10, it's almost like first and goal from like the 16. And they got a long way to get a first and goal on the 1. It really doesn't matter. You're going to score, but it's weird. Cal hasn't really shot itself in the foot much tonight with those kind of penalties. That was a costly one. First down and 15. They're on the 17-yard line. Oh, what a play. Patrick Payton just trips up Mendoza. He might have scored. He had broken contain, but Patrick came across and got him by the shoelaces. What an effort. Mendoza saw it and decided to go, but great play by Patrick Payton. Props, young man, props. Prusian, Peyton, we pay you all that NIL money for a reason. Another false start. Boy, Cal is quote unquote self-destructing right here. This is brutal. False start on the offense. And this is about as wicked of a situation for Cal as you can get. Their weakness, for those of you who didn't see preview, don't know much about Cal in general, their biggest weakness as a team is pass protection. They just don't pass protect well. What does Florida State do well? They just that should have been they got a motion. There's another penalty on Cal. I wonder if Florida State will decline this. Guy was running towards the line of scrimmage. I have no idea what's going on with Cal now. They are just self-destructing. They may not be in field goal range here in a minute. This is unbelievable. This is almost like Florida State gave their problems and handed them to Cal. A legal shift against Cal. It is declined. It'll be third down and about a mile. I think Cal's pretty much in a situation. They get a pass interference, or they're just going to run a play to try to keep it centered and get a field goal. It's 3rd and 20. It's from their 22. Yeah, good luck. Mendoza is going to get a couple of yards and go down. They just can't pass block. Florida State's done a nice job with some different blitzes, but I think they would get home with 4 in about 3.5 seconds almost every play. They're just not very good up front. 4th and 18. Nice job by the Noles holding off Cal there. This is an important field goal. If he misses this, Cal's in deep, deep trouble. Ryan Coe, he's 3 of 4. He's made 25, 29, and 51, but he missed a 36-yarder. Field goal kickers are funky. I never try to grade them. Just let them kick. And he missed that one, or did they get it? No good. Cal's kicker has killed them tonight. Now, Florida State doesn't do anything really stupid. They could just pretty much run out the clock here with the 4-minute offense, maybe punt and somewhere near half, just past halfway point of the field, maybe the 45 or something like that. If things don't go well, of course you want to score. But Cal's offense sucked. They're not going to have another drive like that, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, the kicker for Cal's pretty good normally. He's had an off night. He's got a leg. He made a longer field goal earlier tonight. It's Buck Wild, man. Let's see here. Aaron Elliott says, let's hope they can get enough first downs to run out the clock. This is hard, but this is 4-minute offense. 4-minute offense means you dictate to them even though they know what's coming. Florida State. Let's see where their stat line is for rushing right now. Let's get this correct again. 35 carries, 134 yards. The long of the evening is only 15. So to average 3.8 with that is a good sign. They've been consistent. So important. Tofili, 16 carries, 80 yards, and he punched one in. Cam's got 7 carries for 25 yards. DJ kind of brings everything down. 8 for 13, 2 for 10 for Ja'Kai, and 2 for 6 for Sam Singleton. If you get rid of DJ's carries, you're at 27 carries for 121. I mean, you would take that anytime. Absolutely. You're well over 4 yards a run by running backs and receivers. So you would absolutely take that. Here's an interesting stat. I didn't realize he'd thrown for this many yards. Fernando Mendoza is 20 of 31. Again, he's a very accurate quarterback. 290 yards, but no touchdowns. And they've shut down the running game for the most part. 29 carries, 86 yards. And they did have a 23-yarder by Jaden Ahn. But Florida State's done a nice job in the run defensive part of the game. That's a big reason that they hold the lead and should win this game. If Florida State loses now, it will be a rant that you will see. There's no reason for Florida State not to win the football game when you are up 14-9 with the ball and you've got the ball around your own 20, 22, whatever it is. There's no reason you shouldn't win the football game. They just need 2 first downs, I would think, and they would be in a situation where Cal would be they got to start calling timeouts and all that. 2 timeouts. Or 2 first downs, put it down around 2.5 minutes, something like that. Remember, there is a 2-minute warning now in college football. Florida State, I have no idea if they're a team that is capable of just draining the clock to the point where they get it to zeros, but we'll see. All right, here we go. First down for the Noles at their own 20. Tofili absolutely crushed at the line of scrimmage. I'm wondering, did Shaheen really get a part of that? I never trust announcers and people there. I need somebody to verify that in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, 2nd down and 10 for the Noles. Play action. DJ does not look comfortable, and he is toast. What a horrible start to this drive. They just stink in the biggest moments. My goodness. Just at least one first down. You're in 3rd and 12. This is where you can be careful, and I won't yell at you because you can't throw a pick six here. They're going to squat on everything, play the chains and up. If you get a 3rd down pass picked off on 3rd and 12 deep in your own end, that's on the coaching staff. You know DJ's not been good with this all year. You can't allow him to make a major mistake here. They're going to let him throw, roll left, which is terrible. Where was that going? Threw it to Mike Norvell. How fitting. The guy that recruited him there. DJ and the Florida State offense was atrocious on that drive. Absolutely, unequivocally atrocious. 4th and 12. I mean, come on. I know Cal's got a solid D, but you went backwards? Really? On this next drive, it's not you get a team to 3 downs and they're done. They're going to go 4 plays on every drive. Against a quality quarterback like Mendoza, that's not necessarily going to be very friendly. Oof. King Jink. Just generationally terrible. What a great post. Mike Norvell should be fired. King Jink. Oh, bro, I can't really say right now that you're wrong. All right, well, we got a little time out here. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in the chat in just a second. But, man, Florida State knows how to giveth and taketh away. We'll be right back to Locked On Seminoles. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you will always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay's Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car that MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay's Guaranteed Fit only available to United States customers. Oh, Florida State's offense. Did they just take victory from the jaws of defeat, or however you say that? I mean, it's just so brutal. It's so brutal. Watching Florida State's offense is one of the more painful things that I've ever done in my life. It's they're frustrating. All right. Let's see if Florida State's defense can quote unquote bail them out here. On the day, here's a key stat. Cal, 3rd down. Let me see what we got. What is their 3rd down total? 4 out of 12. That's pretty bad. And I know they don't have a great run game, but Florida State's secondary has played so much better in this game. This will be interesting. If you don't give up the downfield shot and you don't have any dumb penalty, that's the other one. No late hits. You can't be even remotely close to a situation where an official can flag you for a late hit here. It would be very costly. Let's see if the Noles are able to play smart football in this last bit of the game. It's probably a situation where the ball's at the 35-yard line. Cal's going to be able to, oh, wow, what a play. Farmer with a great tackle from behind. Loss of 4. That's a great play. Do you go for it? If you end up in a 4th down situation right off the bat in your own end, Florida State's offense stinks, but your offense didn't do much better. 14-9. This has not been an aesthetically pleasing game for fans of offensive football. But great play by Farmer. 2nd down and 14. The Cal Bears are at their own 32. They need to get the ball out near the 45. Quick pass out to the perimeter. Oh, wow. Florida State swarmed. Lost about a half yard. Florida State's defense is on fire. The clock is running. It's under 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Cal is in a very bad spot. 3rd and a mile. Your offense can't pass protect to save its life. The offensive line for Cal cannot pass protect. Got a smart quarterback, but he's not much more than semi-mobile. You got to bring heat here, right? You would think. No, Florida State just brings 4. They still got good pressure. Oh, my goodness. He's going to get the first down and way more. Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 14. One of the slowest quarterbacks in the country just got about 30 yards. So the Florida State offense took their non-clutch gene and handed it to the defense. Rush lanes, guys. You only rushed 4, though. How did the linebackers not get that? That's a terrible job. We'll talk about that play, I have a feeling, for all the wrong reasons in the very near future. Play action for Cal. Completes for a couple of short yards on the outside. Ball out of bounds. Let's see what happens here. Once Mendoza. 3 linebackers in the middle of the field for Florida State. Or 3, and none of them could make a play on Mendoza. They had 1 blocker. Brutal. 1 was DB, excuse me. 2 linebackers and DB. Good grief. Roll left for Mendoza. Throwing ball down the field. Where was that going? Nobody home. 3rd down and 10. Florida State is going to be in pass rush mode. 2:47 to go. Remember, because they're down 5, Cal might as well be 2nd and 10 because 4th down to them means one thing. We're going for it. On 3rd down tonight, he's 6 out of 7 for 73 yards. He's so good on 3rd down, it's bizarre. Some guys have that ability to rise to the occasion. I'll give credit to Mendoza. He's proven it tonight because he's gotten beat up pretty good. Florida State's D-line and their front in general has played up to a level you would expect out of Florida State. They've hit him quite a few times. He keeps coming back for more. Florida State's bringing heat here. Here they come. Oh, wow, they got him again. I do believe that is Mr. Jones with the sack. 4th down, 13 yards to go. The left tackle for Cal is not very good. I mean, really kind. He is not very good. Jones just ate him alive with a really basic inside move off what originally looked like is just a speed rush. Cal's offensive tackle was completely off balance. 4th down and 13. Here is your ball game. 1st down, Cal. Are you kidding me? What a throw. I'd like to blame Florida State there just to say something, but it was good pressure. And it was good coverage. It was just a ridiculously accurate throw. 1st down, 1:47 to go in this ball game. Cal is trailing Florida State 14-9. So again, they got to punch it. They can't just kick a field goal. Oh, it's ridiculous. What a throw. That's good coverage. They're down to the 31. This is insane. Cubs 0209 has a pretty good point here. Just a basic statement. You can read from it what you will. Here's his statement. This team, man, you can insert anything you want at that point. This is what I've been saying. Cubs 0209 says this team, man, but also it's regular, says this team has no clutch gene. 100%. They're not clutch. They're the definition of not being clutch. I don't know. I don't know how to say it otherwise. They just don't. They suck at it. Oof. So brutal. I don't think I'm going to do a long. If they lose this game, just hypothetically, I'm not going to do a long post game after. I'll wait till tomorrow to do something because I'll be so angry. Because the defense has played pretty well. I think we can all agree on that. For the most part, it has. Mendoza's clutch. Not taking anything away from the young man. But you just can't give away, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, whatever you want to call it. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird football team. There's a lot of Fuller hate going on right now. Leftover gaming. Fuller sucks, but so do these players. Let's not pretend like they're so good either. There's plenty of blame to go around, bro. No question. This is from Prusian. He says offense is unfixable. Well, the offensive line did play better today. I'll say that. So I would disagree with you to a certain degree. Garrett. I don't know how you expect to score 14 points at home and win games. You shouldn't. Oh, man. Garrett, we need a call-in show at some point. I don't do call-in shows because people will say things that I can't have on the air. That's why I don't do them. I'm just not going to do call-in show. Bench the quarterback, but we need to stop saying it because Mike is not going to bench DJ. He's going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Boy, I hope DR is incorrect. All right, here we go. First down and 10 for the Cal Bears. They are on the 31-yard line. Just under 2 minutes to go in this football game. 32 is where they got it marked. Excuse me. There's a run outside. Jaden Knott's got a little room. He is down to the 20. What is it? 22, somewhere around there. Just outside. Second and short for the Bears. 1 minute, 53 seconds remains. Clock is stopped while they get ready to snap it. I believe inside of 2 minutes, the play will stop until the next snap if you go out of bounds, which Jaden Knott did. Second and 1 for the Cal Bears. Florida State needs a big play. Wouldn't hurt if Cal had one of those false starts or motion penalties either. Oh, they lost contain. Jaden Knott gets outside. That's terrible play. He gets down to the 16. First down, Bears. Minute 46 to go. First down, chains move. Clock stops momentarily. Florida State needs to be more disciplined. That's 2 plays in a row. Running back got outside. That's not acceptable. Snap, handoff up the middle. Wow. You can tell Florida State is abysmal at stopping the run right now. They just ran right at them. They are gassed. Minute 33 and running. Second down and 5. The Cal Bears are really starting to hum. They're inside the 15, now down to the 12. Second down, Mendoza go back to pass, but there is a flag. What do we got? Probably some kind of shift or illegal motion. False start, maybe? I did not see it. For those of you commenting in the chat, I'm waiting to see this before I jump back in. This is crazy. I just said that a moment ago. They could use one. Cal's offensive line knows it can't pass protect. That was a straight drop back, and they stink at it. The left tackle knows he can't he couldn't block anybody right now. Left guard either. I don't think that left side's had a rough night. 2nd down and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. Cal must score a touchdown to win this game. A field goal does not help the Bears. So Florida State, I'll be interested to see if they go in and cover 0 or anything like that. Florida is sometimes aggressive, but there's a minute left, a minute and 11 seconds remaining in this football game. So I'm curious to see how Florida State attacks. Are they going to drop 7, just rush 4, which I think, honestly, will still get quite a bit of pressure because, again, Cal's offensive line is so bad. They can run block okay, but that pass protection's all but non-existent on most plays. It's amazing how that works sometimes, but Mendoza can make a lot of things happen. All right, 2nd down and 10. Now that they put the clock back to 1:21. Clock issues. Remember now, Cal can get a 1st down inside the 10. Mendoza takes the snap, pass. Oh, he's getting, fumble. Who got it? Cal got the ball. They did get this. I mean, they did everything right. The ball just didn't go their way, but Cal is in a horrible spot. I mean, they can't pass block at all. Terrible. Jones he destroyed that left tackle again. That guy stinks. And he's not a power 4 offensive tackle. And gets a strip sack. That's not Mendoza's fault. You can't get 2.5 seconds. That's not going to work. 3rd and 16 here for Cal. There's a minute and 5 seconds remaining in this football game. I would almost guarantee it's going to be a run or a screen because they're not going to pass protect well. That's obvious. And they need to at least shorten the distance. So if on 4th down, if Mendoza takes off, he might have a chance to pick it up. I will be shocked if it's a straight drop back here, but I could be wrong. I've certainly been wrong many, many, many times in my life. Leftover says, I don't think we've gotten 1 fumble recovery this season. That's embarrassing. That's almost impossible. Leftover says, we will blow a coverage and watch. I'm going to hold that up until I see the play. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. 3rd down and a gazillion. 3rd and 16, I believe it is. And it's from Florida State's 22, 23-yard line. Fade ball. Incomplete. They didn't call anything. So here's your ball game again. 4th down for the Noles defense. They run a fade on the slot. He got pretty decent. Pretty decent release. Just didn't come up with the catch. I'm surprised at the call. I would have ran a screen or something like that to give him more time, but whatever. 4th in the ball game here for the Florida State Seminoles. Will they get their first win? If they can get off the field here, they're getting the dub. The Noles show a lot of pressure, and they get it. Sack, that's the game. Your Noles are 1-3. They finally get a dub. That's why I said you should have screened on 3rd down. They can't pass protect to save their life. They are garbage up front. Talk about Cal and Florida State. You got to give credit to the defense tonight. They annihilated Cal's offensive line. They didn't beat him. They annihilated them. Props. All right. So let's see here. For the game now, that means Mendoza finishes. I mean, he's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. 22 of 36, 303 yards, but no touchdowns. And most importantly, they found a way to get pressure. Let's go to the defensive stats for the Florida State Seminoles. As a unit, total sacks 7. That's balling. That's straight up balling. 12 tackles for loss. Comparatively speaking, Cal's defense, they had 7 tackles for loss. Iffy, it's not bad. 3 sacks. That's not a good sign for Florida State. Still got problems, but they didn't get it done. Shaheem Brown, having him back was huge. Had 11 tackles tonight. Shout out to Shaheem. Blake Nicholson had 8 tackles. Kirkland had 7. Knowles had 6. Tackles for loss. How about this stat? Patrick Payton and Farmer, each 3.5. Where was that the last 3 games? But still, for tonight, very, very good. Florida State as a group just got after it, too. They were just around and disruptive. So Florida State gets the dub. Man, what an ugly football game. It's not how you would think you would win, but it is what it is. I'm trying to think of the last time Florida State scored 14 points and it was enough to win. It had to be one of those Miami games, I would assume. Somebody in the chat wants to throw that out there. Fire away. Here's an interesting point from King Jin. This win doesn't change anything. They still got same problems. I'm not going to stick in here forever, but I do want to talk about a few things. Number one, Florida State as an offense still has problems. So let's go over the basics. Everybody and their brother knows that Florida State is not going to run the ball consistently against a truly good front until otherwise proven. Cal's got a solid front, but not like dominant. But they did run the ball well tonight at times. So, hey, got to go with what you can get. But the second part of that is you run the ball and you run these basic plays, get yard. Like first quarter, they 12 carries, 66 yards, 5.5 yards a tote, thumbs up. Cal starts shrinking the field by just playing up. Florida State doesn't have an answer. Why? They refuse to even try to throw the ball in the middle of the field because DJ can't read a defense as a fifth-year senior. The one time they let him do that down in the red zone, like early second quarter, late first quarter, whatever it was, easy completion. No, wait a minute. You didn't see the guy dropping down from the safety position, interception. They were already gun shy. They gave him an option to do that, and he failed. Florida State stinks on third downs and clutch situations where he's got to make post-snap reads. It's the bottom line on winning football. So that's why the offense is stalling. It's still the quarterback. Multiple people in the chat, I'm not going to name all of them, but everybody's basically saying, hey, our quarterback play still isn't good enough. To that point, here's the DJ Uiagalelei stat line. It's not going to be pretty. But DJ goes 16 to 27, 177 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not horrible. 117 yards rushing on 39 carries. That's where we're at right now. It's not grandiose per se, but Florida State is going to finish another game. This is embarrassing, though. They're probably going to finish another game under 300 yards of offense. I know this. Since Bobby's been there wasn't any time they had 3 games in a row. I don't want 4, where they didn't have that. They didn't have it. Maybe they had. Maybe there's one after Bobby. I don't think so. Florida State just takes a knee. This game is now all but over. So here are a few more stats. Again, at the end here, you're taking a shotgun snap and falling down on the ground. You're losing yardage, but receiving, Jakai, 4 for 86. He played well. Kyle Morlock, 3 for 21. He had the key drop that was killer, but still he caught 3 balls, so good for Kyle. Jalen Brown, 2 for 29. Hakeem Williams, 2 for 22. Tofili, 2 for 9. Malik Benson, 2 for -4. Kentron, 1 for 14. So Benson, your number one receiver, is -4 yards. That is insane how bad that is. But again, I just want to congratulate the defense. And by the way, Mastromano is a really good punter. He proved it again tonight. Shaheem Brown, 11 tackles. Blake Nicholson had 8. 7 for KJ Kirkland. Kevin Knowles, 6. 5 for Azariah Thomas. Excuse me. Patrick Payton with 5. 4 for Farmer. 4 for Marvin Jones. Definitely Jones' best game since transferring to Florida State from the University of Georgia. DJ Lundy with 3. That's a little disappointing. Cam Riley with 3, again, disappointing, but they didn't do a good job necessarily. And that combined with Cal staying on the edges makes it a little bit different than you would think. So we'll see here. Florida State's not in a bad situation, I guess, moving forward, because they got to win. Anything they did after this, in a lot of ways, I think was going to be a bonus. I just don't think there's any way you can be disappointed with the way they won despite the offense. Like, they were just ugly. So I'm going to try to be positive here. It's hard to win with 14 points, but they scored a late touchdown. They held off the opponent when they had a first down inside the 50. I thought this is over, and they just kicked them in the teeth. This is the first time Florida State was clutch in a game this year, and they win. Offense came up big in the fourth, so did the defense. Cal, they're a solid team and all, but they're not a team that has, quote unquote, the big play potential. And Florida State bent but didn't break. Fourth quarter only, Florida State only had 34 yards, Cal 108. A lot of those meaningless yards. But by the way, the stats in the fourth quarter were misleading for Florida State because they took the kneel downs. Those are rough. 62 passing yards in the fourth quarter for Cal, 46 for the Noles. 5 penalties for Cal in the fourth quarter. Holy moly, that's terrible. Third downs, Florida State held Cal to 1 of 4. That's impressive, but Florida State itself was 1 of 4. Florida State in the second half as an offense was embarrassing, minus a couple key plays. They were embarrassing. Fourth downs, Florida State was 1 of 1. That's big. Total plays, 15 for the Noles, 22 for the Bears. Time of possession, Florida State 6:15, Cal 8:45. So again, Florida State wins 14-9. Horrendously ugly game, but it is a victory. So for the next few minutes, I want to comment on a couple of things and go for there. Number one, I said this week multiple times, if they did not play at least one, not didn't have to play both, but at least one of Brock Glenn or Luke Kromenhoek, I was going to be very upset. And I am. But how they won the game with the clutch, I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. Is DJ the answer? No. Is he remotely the answer? No. Is it the end of the world? Also no, because you still got to win. Myself included, who I picked Cal to win in a close game, I thought this would be a game in the 20s to low 30s. Both offenses got their teeth kicked in because the offensive lines couldn't handle pass rush or find a way not to shoot themselves in the foot. Like, again, Cal had 5 penalties in the fourth quarter alone. That's insane. But both teams struggled offensively, and the defenses played better than the offenses all night. Mastromano played well. Cal's kicker missed a key play. If he makes that kick, then they get the ball back. They could have kicked another field goal there at the end. So special teams kind of went Florida State's way. Good enough to get a victory tonight. You're off the schneid. But you still have other problems. A lot of them. Here are a couple of things I'm concerned about. Your outside receivers are not getting it done. At all. There's no nicey way to put this, and I'm not trying to be mean, but again, this is insane how bad this is for Florida State's receiver situation. Vincent had -4. What? Jalen Brown had 29. Hakeem had 2 catches for 22. Ja'Kai, slot receiver, 4 for 86. That's so weird. They usually have the lower numbers, but it worked out. Jalen Brown, 2 for 29. And by the way, I think Ja'Kai on that play, was he in the slot? I can't remember. But on the fade ball, that was a beautiful throw. So he caught 4 of the 5 passes coming his way. So it's wild. I don't think Florida State fans are going to be happy with how it happened. But again, you can't bitch about winning when you've been as bad as they've been. That's why I'm going to hold off on something. And believe me, I'm going to go off on Norvell still. I hated the game plan. I hate that they won't let DJ use the middle of the field, but still play him every snap. The two don't jive. So I'll have plenty to comment on Sunday. And I think most people understand that. But the running game is way better. They had 66 yards in the first half. That's better than they're getting per game Like they were averaging, 52, 54 coming into the game? Brutal. Florida State comes out, runs the ball much better. Having Alex Atkins certainly helps the cause. But my biggest concern is still the same. It's the quarterback. And I will do a whole show on that on Sunday and or Monday. I don't know about all the order. Need to get caught up on some recruiting stuff and gone. And then I came back and saw this game. I know there's recruiting news I don't even know about because I haven't checked it on multiple players. But I just wanted to focus on the actual games at hand today. A few statements here. Christian Nicholas, I completely disagree. There was not a single point where putting Brock or Luke in the game would have been good. Do we need to get them playing time? Yes. Do we have a lot of problems? Obviously. You have to set this up in the situation of, we know at this point in the game, this exact point we're putting in the play, here are the plays. That's how you do that. DJ is not the answer. He's not. In the second quarter, when they were garbage on offense, you couldn't have put him in. In the third quarter, when they were garbage, you couldn't have put him in. Yeah, you could. 100%. We're stuck with DJU, whether we like it or not. Florida State spent a lot of money to get him. He sucks. Can't read past the first receiver. Can't run. And just looks like, I can't say that last word on the air, but I get it. Let's see. UNC got smashed by JMU today, but let's be honest. JMU would smash this Florida State team. So I wouldn't chalk up UNC as a win. Yeah, no. Florida State, I won't pick them harder to beat a team at all this year. I mean, they're hard to figure out. Yeah, I feel he got some good touches. Bashan. Oh, wow. X is calling Morlock more drops. That's embarrassing. Nicholas, this team is trash, and there is nothing to be happy about. I'm not sure you know what a good, hard-fought game looks like. That's from King Jin. Well, I think what I think it looks like is an ugly game that Florida State won. Give them some clutch team points, though. They finally found that. Kyle Moore drops. USC versus Michigan and Nebraska versus Illinois are good examples. Yeah. Those are better, but again, Florida State found a way to win tonight. Do we miss Nick O'Leary yet? Yeah, just a little bit. It's pretty bad the way Florida State played tonight in some ways, but still found a way to win. It was an odd game. The kicker for Cal, thank him. He screwed that up for them. Kicking game advantage Knowles, even though as we start off and talked about in this chat, not a big fan of Norvell's decision not to get Fitz on the field, get the field goal, whatever. I like aggressive play calling too, but probably should have just taken the points. Last point here before I get out of here. I think Florida State at least has more confidence on defense and with their offensive line. The run game is better. Passing game is atrocious, don't get me wrong. But the run game is better, and at least you can be in games. The defensive front seven is making a few more plays in general in the pass game, and the pass rush is way better. They had 7 sacks tonight. That's a whole heck of a lot. California hit the travel over 2,000 miles. They are still garbage. Garrett, how optimistic are you looking forward? Talking to me, I still don't think this team goes to a bowl game. Not with DJ at quarterback. But the defense is way better. DJ showed some improvement. To be honest, he looks better than he has the past 3 games, which is not saying much, I know. That's from leftover. Yeah, he had a few moments, but they can't protect him as well as they need to, and he just doesn't make great reads. Cal's kicker MVP for sure, SOTD. Yeah, man, he screwed that up. Yeah, it's part of being a kicker. You can be the GOAT or the hero. Can't call aggressive plays when your line is getting pushed around. There's no doubt. That's DJ needs extra time to throw. He can throw down the field, obviously. He's got a gun, but he's not going to make a whole lot of plays outside the pocket or step up in the pocket, go get you 4 or 5. It's going to be 2nd and 12. He's going to get sacked. He's slow as molasses. Where are the tight ends? The tight ends are on the bench or not catching passes. That's where they've been. Morlock has been poor. Nobody else has done anything, and I do not understand. You could argue the tight end's been the worst position on the team. DJ, this is great. From Jerry Allen, DJ needs to go back to DJing. Holy cow, that's hilarious. Christian Nicholas. Our team shows signs they're starting to gel. We got a victory over an undefeated team and a conference win. As a fan, I'm super happy we got a win. Be a fan and be supportive. Some of the fans will, but not many. Until quarterback play is fun to watch and Florida State wins, not one or the other, both fans will not be happy. There is not a team at the college or pro level now that doesn't have fans not only expect you to win, but it must be aesthetically pleasing. That's just the world we're in. That's not going to change, Mr. Christian Nichols. Jerry Allen, he used to run the ball like Jameis Winston used to. Jameis is 10 times the athlete that DJ Langley is. Not even close. He can't run the ball. Hell, I think I'm faster than him, and I am 69 years old. That's from Richard Brookings. Ooh, that's brutal. I don't know what Norvell was thinking when he brought in DJU. Me either. On that note, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to have a show tomorrow night. I'm going to talk a little bit in regards to some of the other stuff that's going on in Florida State, maybe a little recruiting and stuff. I'm going to look back at some of the information with DJ and what happened during the game. Maybe you can find a few more trends, but again, positive, run game better. Pass defense did a pretty good job, especially at putting pressure on. 7 sacks is a lot. That is a lot. Take that against anybody. And, it sounds kind of goofy, but you got a kicker like Mastromano, he flipped the field, etc. Special teams are a pretty good part of Florida State's win tonight as well. We'll talk about some of the negatives with the receivers and the quarterback play again on Sunday as well. But the reasons to be happy are there. 14-9, Florida State comes out on top against Cal. Thank everybody for stopping in to see Locked On Seminoles on this post-game show. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a safe night.